It's Jordan and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my most anticipated movies for the year 2016. There are so many super awesome, exciting, wonderful movies that are coming out this year that I cannot wait to see. It's a pretty long list, which means that I'm going to be spending a lot of money at the movie theater this year. Most of these aren't even booked movie adaptations. Most of these are just things that I really love and I'm really excited about that have sequels going out into the world. Obviously, I'm going to go in order of when they come out because that makes the most logical sense. First, I have The Fifth Wave, and this one comes out on January 22nd. If you weren't aware, this is a book to movie adaptation. You know, have you heard of the book? I just read the book, and it's the only one on this list that's already come out. So this one is in the theater right now, and you can go see it, and then you can tell me what you thought of it, because I have feelings about it, positive and negative. Next on my list is The Choice, and this one comes out on February 5th, and this is an adaptation of a book as well. This one is adapted from one of Nicholas Sparks's books, so it's, you know, one of those things. This is actually my favorite Nicholas Sparks book ever. I read it in 2008. when it came out, and I've been waiting since then for a movie. Can't wait to see it. It better be good. I have high expectations, I'm not gonna lie. Next, we have Deadpool, and this one comes out on February 12th. And this one is starring Ryan Reynolds, and I have been waiting for this movie for I don't even know how long, because if you remember, Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool in X-Men Wolverine, which came out like, I don't even know how long ago, but a while ago. I am so excited that we get an entire movie with him, and this is actually the first rated R, because I guess the comic books of Deadpool are very raunchy, racy, kind of explicit material, and so I'm glad that they're keeping that in the film. The commercials for it look hysterical. I learned that the comic Deadpool, like the character, has schizophrenia. He often talks to himself in the comics, and they are reproducing that in an interesting format with Ryan Reynolds like talking directly to the camera, and I really hope that this is good. He's a badass smartass. Next we have Zootopia, and this one comes out on March 4th. This looks so funny. I have a soft spot for animated movies that are designed for children. I still go see them in the theater, and I drag my boyfriend along with me, and he really appreciates that. This is about like a world where the animals are like people. Instead of people living there, it's animals, and they all walk and talk, and they have jobs, and they live in houses. You've seen the previews with the sloth? Oh, I love those so much. They're so funny. So funny. Then we have Allegiant, which comes out on March 18th. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily anticipating or excited for this, morbidly curious about this. If you've seen those trailers for this movie, I don't know where they're going with it. And also, I want to make fun of it so bad. That sounds bad. I'm sorry. I'm not expecting much from this movie. I'm really not. If it is wonderful and surprises me, I would be surprised. Then we have Batman vs. Superman. What is the full name of this? Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, coming out on March 25th. This looks interesting. I'm not too familiar with DC Comics, but this looks a lot, and which is ironic, is this was originally slated to come out on the same day as Captain America Civil War. Looks like it has a similar concept of Batman fighting Superman. I'm not a huge fan of Superman. I don't really like him. Batman is cool. I don't know too much about this. I just think it looks really cool, and it looks dark and intense. I wonder if this is like a reboot of something, if this is like precursor to some giant DC movie franchise. I don't know. You should tell me in the comments. Educate me. Teach me about this, please. Then we have The Jungle Book on April 15th. I didn't know this was a thing. It was coming out this year. I've watched the trailer for it, and it looks fantastic. The trailer is so like creepy and eerie and like dangerous feeling. I haven't seen the Jungle Book animated movie since I was very young. It's not super fresh in my mind, but I don't remember it being like scary, and this looks scary. It is a live action, so obviously there's no like singing bears or like dancing chimpanzees unless they animate them to do that. I really love that Disney is remaking all of their classics into like live action films. Then we have Captain America Civil War, which comes out on May 6th, and I am so excited and sad at the same time for this. I believe it was in the last Avengers movie that there's gonna be a feud between Captain America and Iron Man, and this like genuinely hurts my soul. The scene where Captain America and the Winter Soldier are beating on Iron Man like genuinely makes me want to cry. Iron Man is my favorite. Very excited for this Very nervous, very worried. Then we have Alice's Through the Looking Glass, which comes out on May 27th, and this is the sequel to Alice in Wonderland, which came out in 2010. I didn't really like Alice in Wonderland. Like, I thought it was weird. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I like this whole live action idea concept thing, so I want to see it for that particular reason. Oh, that's right, this is Alan Rickman's last movie. He plays the caterpillar. Oh, that just got really sad. I think Alice is going to save, or she's trying to save or help the Mad Hatter, who's played by Johnny Depp. So he's awesome. That's reason enough to see this movie, I think. Also, we have X-Men Apocalypse, which I'm so excited for. I freaking love the X-Men movies so much. So much. This takes place in the 1980s, and it has the characters from the younger series, the like 1960s plotline. But then we're also going to be meeting the young Storm, young Jean Grey, young Cyclops from the older X-Men movies. It has to do with origin of X-Men, the like one true ancestor, Apocalypse. He can like control them and like warp their minds. Then we have Now You See Me Too, which comes out on June 10th. And this is the sequel to Now You See Me, which came out a couple of years ago. It was about magicians and illusionists who would put on these big performances, and then they would also do cons and they would like steal money. Daniel Radcliffe's gonna be in this one, and I'm so excited. I haven't seen him in anything since the last Harry Potter movie. I really enjoyed the first one. I didn't know it did well enough to deserve a sequel. The preview looks really good. I'm hoping it's really good. Oh my gosh. Next we have Finding Dory, which comes out on June 17th. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. I have been waiting for 14 years for this movie. 13 years? When did the first one come out? 2003? Guys, I can't begin to tell you the obsession I had with Finding Nemo. Dory was my favorite character. I felt like her and I were long lost sisters. I don't have short-term memory loss. If I was a fish, I would be Dory. When I found out there was going to be a Finding Dory, I was like, yes, please. Like, took forever to come out. I seriously feel like this has been talked about for like a decade. One of my most anticipated movies of the whole year. Fish are friends, not food. Then we have Tarzan coming out on July 1st. This is the third live action Disney movie we're getting this year. This movie looks beautiful. It takes place after Tarzan has been rescued from the jungle. He's already met Jane. They went and lived in England for a time, and for some reason they get brought back to the jungle. I think Jane gets captured and Tarzan has to go after her and find her. And Tarzan is played by Alexander Skarsgård. That is reason enough to go see this movie, because if you remember, Tarzan wears a loincloth. Yeah, I'm there. I'm excited to see him play Tarzan. And Margot Robbie is playing Jane. I wonder if they're going to use a Phil Collins soundtrack, because I really felt like Phil Collins made that movie.
Two worlds, one family, trust in her, let fate decide, to see.
Then we have the Bourne sequel, which comes out on July 29th. There is no information about this anywhere. Like, I couldn't find anything about it. It is a sequel to the original Bourne trilogy, so it follows the events of Bourne Ultimatum, not the Bourne Legacy, which was the one that had Jeremy Renner in it. So we have Matt Damon playing Jason. He's reprising the role for the sequel. There's no name for it. There's no plot for it released. It's been filmed, like, it's happening, it's coming. Put it on the down low, like the real down low. And we have the Suicide Squad, which comes out on August 5th. I don't know really too much about it. It's an Avengers of villains, pretty much. Definitely an interesting concept. This has been advertised for so long that I have to see it. Then we have Inferno, which comes out on October 14th, and this is the book adaptation of The Inferno by Dan Brown. You know, one of the Robert Langdon books. I started it 3 years ago, never finished it, so now I gotta read it because it comes out this year. Technically it's the fourth book, but it's the third movie. You know, The Da Vinci Code first, which is technically the second book. So they've already kind of released the movies in not the correct order, so it's fine. Then we have Doctor Strange, which comes out on November 4th. I'm so excited for this. I don't know anything about Doctor Strange or the premise of this movie, other than the fact that they've been hinting to Doctor Strange in the last like 3 or 4 Marvel movies. I feel like it's taken a real long time to get to this movie. The movie keeps getting pushed back. I feel like it has. I'm interested to see how Doctor Strange weaves into the world. I think he can move through alternate dimensions, has something to do with dimensional travel and time travel, which sounds really interesting. And finally, we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which comes out on November 18th. I'm so excited for this. You don't even, well, I mean, you probably do know because you're probably as equally excited for it as I am. Oh my gosh. We are going back to the wizarding world of Harry Potter. When that preview came out and it said J.K. Rowling wishes to invite you back to the wizarding world, I actually think I fainted. It's something we never thought we were ever going to get. You know, we've been begging and begging and begging for sequels for the series for so long and we're never going to get them. Hollywood came up with a very interesting way to bank on the fans' desire for sequels and give us this. It has to do with Newt Scamander, who is the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Probably his journey. I'm thinking of how he wrote the book and how he found all these beasts. I'm so excited for this. The preview looks fantastic. If you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been, you need to go watch it. It will reinvigorate your love for Harry Potter all over again, if it ever went away to begin with. Very impressed they're turning that itty bitty 100-page book into 3 movies. There's gonna be wands and there's gonna be magic and they're gonna say spells and I'm just so excited. They're fulfilling the dreams of millions of people. Those are my top most anticipated movies of this year. So if you are excited for any of these as well, tell me in the comments. If there are any movies that I didn't mention that you're really excited for, tell me those are as well. Maybe I missed them or maybe I just didn't know that I should be excited about them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you very soon. Bye! Chloe Grace Moretz in it. It has somebody else that plays, what's his name? He's very handsome looking. He's got quite a pretty face. What is his name? Evan, my new fictional boyfriend. He's now officially joined the club. He's been inducted into the Jordan Fictional Boyfriend Club. We all welcomed him with open arms. Alexandra Daddario, who Matt Daddario's sister, and he is on Shadowhunters. He played Annabeth in Percy Jackson adaptations that we don't speak of those. I thought that it was cool that Molly got to be raised in a jungle with animals. Same characters are in it. Helen Bonham Carter. Helen Bonham Carter for building the pyramids of China. Egypt. Jordan. Those and Adam Sandberg, Jesse Eisenberg. Wow, I was like really off. Swim, I love to swim. P. Sherman, 42, Wallaby Way, Sydney. Escape. Huh, that's funny. It spells a lot like the word escape. Escape. And then finally we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Those are my top favorite, most anticipated. Know that I should be excited about them like you are excited about them. So tell me about them down below. How many more times am I going to say about them in this sentence? I don't know.